Let's check in on the Vana Plains.
Well done, Moses. Howard is not going to like these pumps. What's he going to do besides waggle his finger? Colonizing the tundra wasn't his idea after all. The other custodians are keen to redirect settlers over to my jurisdiction. Not on my watch. I'm only authorizing specialists. We'll need a team of experts to combat the virus.
Attention. Under provision of specific consumer goods detected.
Alright, it is now time to have no Constructobots, but we can at least have access to the mine. Find food is needed, as well as these, which require cobalt, and microchips, which require tungsten. I have one mining spot. One. That can do the smart chips. But I will have to wait for this to get the second one. And that requires Constructobots. Constructobots which are being made in another region. That crate will help accelerate this a little bit, but it also needs aluminum. At the very least, I can make more Constructobots over here. The quest for fusion energy can wait. Constructobots. Now that's a real industry. Some more feldspars, some more cobalts.
Consumer analyses show unfulfilled demand for specific commodities. Transfer routes inefficient. Cost. Missing goods.
Let's see. Oh, I have the surplus for it. Maybe. Yes. 2. Okay. Next up, vitamin drinks. I'll just place an extra just in case. And then let's see, where's my... Okay, there it is. And then I do still need more and more health food to create the fine food. So I'll just spam all that out. And then where are my vegetable farms? Some more water for the vegetables.
Transfer route suffers from inadequate supply of goods.
Let's see, how much fish are we missing now? Ooh. That's a lot of fish, but... Okay, that's fine. No, wait. No, no. Can this panel go... There we go.
Renewing parameters. Renewing parameters.
Okay, back to the Arctic, but
Transfer route.
despite the resource shortages, there is increasing amounts of money flowing. However, this place builds with Constructobots, I can afford to ship more over. Okay, let's see. Am I using all of my water spots? No, I am not.
Consumer analyses show unfulfilled demand for specific commodities.
And these demands are going to be very, very unfilled for a little bit. But fish. That demand can be filled. And then okay. So I need a bit more of this. Do I have a second mine? Yes, I do. Let's see, all this is fine except for thermal shells. And all of that is fine. All of that is fine.
I hope you don't find it boring in here.
Yeah, I need smart drones and thermal shells. Thermal shells requires flax fiber. However, what I can do is produce deuterium.
Deuterium, one of the basic elements of fusion power generation. But don't ask me how this all works. That's what your scientists are for.
Indeed.
Transfer route inefficient. Cost. Missing goods.
However, it does take a lot of energy to produce energy, so we can't exactly make a lot of deuterium. Let's see. Okay, this is capable of going into orbit. This means that we can send this very, very high quality stuff into orbit. We should also try and get some genius scientist level types over here when we are able to. However, I think it is time, just looking at what the mod has changed,
Hello. I've prepared the orbital station for your
to begin
arrival.
looking at this.
Expansion can begin whenever you're ready. Please, prepare.
It is DLC content that I haven't messed with too much, but it looks like the mod has made it very much increasingly necessary.
The first deuterium deliveries just entered the lunar orbit.
Transfer route registered.
So the way that it works is you take a big urban center with a whole lot of people,
Transfer route.
and then you put an astronaut launch center there. Now, you might wonder, well, why? What's up with that? Why would you do that? Well,
How is that project going? Almost done? Good.
let's see, where is my ship? Well, basically the reason for it is because, well, basically each zone has astronauts of a type. So this region has biologists, for example. But first, I'll do this side quest so I get free power for it.
I see you have his invitation to improve this honor. Welcome. I have an assignment for you.
Ooh, logistics. This is across all of my areas, by the way, so 17 from over here, plus the 25 from over here. Looks like I'll have to build electricity anyways. Ooh, I'm so very, very close. And then I'll just place down the rest of these, that way I don't have to worry about doing so later. So then, astronaut.
Preparations complete. Shuttle awaits your confirmation.
However, you can see
Further actions required.
it only has 6%. That's because it's not in a whole lot of range. So how does one fix this? Well, this is where you just sort of tap into your inner arts and crafts desire. And then I'll place at the back a little parking space, and then a couple of trees, and then whatever those are. And then yeah, I'll just fill it out with more trees. And now the production has gone up to 17%. And so the way that you would make this produce even more astronauts is simply upgrade these houses. So, one of the ways to do that, more services. Can't do too much, otherwise this quest timer will reset, like it just did. Oops. Next, while I am here, I should resolve some of my other logistical issues. For example, this. Okay, that takes care of that. I'm not sure if I need it anywhere, but I can deliver it when I have to. Rejuvenators. Yes, I do need more of those, and therefore even more electricity. Now, I'll just need to build out more, I suppose. I'll probably need that as well. Just preemptively place that down. Else I'm missing? No. Okay, so everything they're currently consuming is being consumed. I just need... Well, the next thing to worry about would be this, which consumes this. But I will worry about that later. For the time being, I'll wait for the quest to finish.
Nothing on fire or exploding at the moment.
Let's check in on the astronauts. Hmm. I'm sure my people appreciate having their homes randomly get dragged away. But everyone, I'm sure, has dreamed of becoming an astronaut at some point. See, this is the 100. Because they upgraded houses. Biologist output. I'll just leave it be for a while. Because I do need to get this eventually, and
Then again, I see you most of the time.
I should get those. But until that works out properly, I will head back over here. Because I need to start processing the deuterium.
There's always hope. You've shown us that. We can use all the help we can get.
Copy that.
Let's see.
Everything's safe, orderly. Very nice. Warning. Unfulfilled demand for specific consumer products. Warning. Unfulfilled demand for specific consumer products. It's been a while since I heard the line.
Now, let's just ship over a surplus while we're at it.
Renewing parameters. Nothing to report here.
Let's just fit in people wherever we're able to, really. Because even if they're not close enough to have the services and urbanization stuff, they will provide limit for those who actually do. For those that I actually intend to level up.
For your arrival.
There we go.
Please keep your motivation up. This is simple, right? I like that.
The astronauts have arrived. massive amounts of population. Step 1 in colonizing is to have a lot of people, even if you don't really need them. Just have them. You never know if you might need them. Even if it's just as a proof of concept that people can live on the moon, ship them to the moon. Do we not have the food? Yes. Do we not have the anti-cancer pills? Yes. We are indeed facing chronic shortages of those materials. However, is it also true that we have over 1,000 people living on the moon? Yes. So, really, when I spend my entire sum of wealth on transporting people up to the moon, can you really say that I'm the bad guy? We have no rice to deliver. Okay. Why do I not have rice?
Transfer route suffers from inadequate supply of goods. Transfer route inefficient. Cause missing goods. Transfer route suffers from inadequate supply of goods. New transfer route delivers.
Why is the quest asking for rice? Are they even capable of eating rice up here? Like, I'm going to stare at this number until it hits 50, then cancel it, and then bring it over, and then ship my people actually edible food up here. Like, I get that it's the most basic type of food that we're giving to these refugees, because they're refugees and apparently they don't deserve any better, but if they can consume it, why can't? I don't know. Okay. Now, delete that route. Delete the route. Pick up the rice. And then ship it over. And then I need to workforce low because I stole all of the food. Right. But where is the fish factories? There it is. However, it is true that I probably should also do a very similar thing up in the Arctic of just spamming out people. When the problem is a shortage, I don't know how helpful it will be, but have you considered that we can just brute force the shortage? I can't really fix the shortage that's causing me to have a lack of people if I don't have people. Okay. So, slight problem. We have used up all of the fish. Ecological regulations have declared that no more fish. We don't deserve to have fish, and so we will have to look elsewhere. We also don't have coral. And to put it simply, I really don't want to use up fish spots for things that can be acquired elsewhere. I really don't. And so, I am going to produce my dubiously healthy pills out of things I can get elsewhere, if I can help it. So, this, demolish. It was a waste of money. Instead, what I am going to do is take the surplus, ship it over.
Transfer route begin.
I'll go over here, I'll get even more, and I'll ship that over too. This is what I have the multiple regions for. To do things that they can't do. Like, oh, a region needs a moss product? Okay, I have moss. It's incredibly easy to make. If they need more moss, I can grow moss. It's incredibly easy. And the smart drones require cobalt. Guess what? I don't have to make it here. Once I get my construction bots, once I get the construction bots, I could actually just, like, do I really need a second mining spot? I can just ship it over. So I could probably fix my fish shortage as well. I could just demolish the coral. I don't need it. I'm fine. And then provide back the heat. Send the heat back a bit.
Under provision of specific consumer goods detected. Warning. Unfulfilled demand for specific consumer products.
Okay, where is my... I thought I had a second one, and yes I did. Just max it out. That way I never have to think about it again. Well, that's actually very optimistic, but... You can't quite afford that. My pill manufacturer. It needs more moon rocks. And so it will get more moon rocks. What do the moon rocks do? I'm not entirely sure, to be honest.
Updating transfer options.
But
Updating transfer options.
Let's not worry about what the moon rocks do.
Renewing parameters.
Okay, we need more algae gunk for our dubious moon rock pills. And so, as usual, the problem will be resolved
Consumer analyses show
in exactly the same way as every other problem is resolved. By just placing down a whole bunch of tents.
to meet production quota.
And building these nearby the factories should help with the urbanization mechanic. Oh, it also unlocked the health center, which requires rejuvenators, because of course it does. Why wouldn't it require rejuvenators?
Nothing on fire or exploding.
But while everything else is entering into a right balance, it's time to take a look at this.
To your corporate orbital station. You are free to expand it in order to pursue scientific research only possible in zero G. Enjoy your stay. I'll be on standby to advise you. Take note. The station can be expanded to pursue various types of research. A follow-up is needed.
Yes, a follow-up is needed. So, we have to do some research to get the base game moon farming. We have to do some research to unlock water extraction in the temperate zone. And we have to do some research to actually do the base game fusion research. So, let's take a look
Inefficiencies
at the thought bubble, one could call it. So what does any of that mean? Well, let's get started by mapping out just where we are allowed to build at all. Because well, there's quite a lot that happens up here. So let's get an agri thing there.
Officials met. Research now possible. Next step initiated.
However, in order to do research, you can't just leave them up here. No. you have to get the right stuff. So, let's provide them with an artificial G lab. Oh, but no, that requires physicists. We can't do that. Engineers, we can't do that. Engineers, we can't do that.
Insufficient research supplies.
But let's give them a greenhouse.
So how may I be of service?
For the agricultural chambers, a greenhouse makes sense. In fact, let's do another one.
Oh, welcome.
But they say, we would like another greenhouse. So, okay. There you go.
Surprise.
A 400% bonus to what they do, but we can do better. What do we need? Sustenance packs.
Transfer route.
We can transfer some of those. Another thing we need. We can transfer some of those.
Transfer route delivers.
Coral, we're no longer making any, so sometimes it's not actually worth going out of your way. But if you have spares, then each one can give more and more stuff. So you can basically double
Now this
them.
provides you with an overview of all orbital research
And why would you want to double them up? Well,
missions required.
because you can only have so many of them. See? In order to unlock the kits,
However,
to get more of them,
sitting in 0G too long.
you have to get technologies. And so what I will do is I will get a 10% buff to farm things by spending 100. And then I get 2 more kits for the labs and some modules and all that. Also get another one from over there. Takes 5 minutes. So I get those for free just for doing research. But there's only so many of them. So buffing up your labs is something you actually do have to do. Plus there's a hard limit of 5.
Perfect synchronicity. Good thing you have
Next up, fruit plantations also do wine. And desalinization plants and water pumps do each other's thing. Probably not as well. Farms can get even bigger. Food processors need less. And then there's high-end stuff.
So far, the most popular approach to Mars seems to be
Less food,
Mars first.
but more vitamin drinks.
Count as an uninhabited planet then? I wonder.
Global storage for construction materials. So some of this is pretty good. So I'm not anywhere near close to getting
Then again,
the things that they are requesting. Where even would I find that? I'm not sure. But it is helpful. So these two I'll want. So I do need 3 agri chambers. And this. So I need 3 energy cluster. Those take engineers. So in the next part, I'll have to do that because I really do want this. It's pretty good. You'll see later.